Видавництво «Лінгвіст» та Cambridge University Press представляють серію відеоуроків за підручником Quick Minds 4 for Ukraine.
Hello, hello. How are you today? Good? That is great. Now tell me, do you like to read books? Does your friend like to read books? Okay. Now, let's listen to Ben. What does Ben like to do in his free time? Let's listen and find out.
Hi, Ben. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
You're an explorer. Do you like adventure?
Yes, I do. I love adventure.
So do I. Now tell me, what do you do in your free time?
I ride my bike and I go on adventures with my friend Lucy and my dog.
Great! So, what about Lucy? What does she do in her free time?
Lucy likes painting.
And do you do other things together?
Yes, we do. We go swimming together. Oh, and we play with Buster.
Buster? Who's that?
He's my dog. He helps in our adventures.
Does Lucy like Buster?
Yes, she does. Lucy loves Buster. She thinks he's very clever.
So, what does Ben do in his free time? Okay. Now, it's time to take your pupils' book. Take your pupils' book. Open your pupils' book, page 5. Now, read the interview with Ben and say the correct answers. Then we will listen and check.
Hi, Ben. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
You're an explorer. Do you like adventure?
Yes, I do. I love adventure.
So do I. Now tell me, what do you do in your free time?
I ride my bike and I go on adventures with my friend Lucy and my dog.
Great! So, what about Lucy? What does she do in her free time?
Lucy likes painting.
And do you do other things together?
Yes, we do. We go swimming together. Oh, and we play with Buster.
Buster? Who's that?
He's my dog. He helps in our adventures.
Does Lucy like Buster?
Yes, she does. Lucy loves Buster. She thinks he's very clever.
Now, look and check yourself. Do you have the same? Good. Now look. When the journalist asks Ben, she says, "Do you like going on adventures?" When she asks him about Lucy, she says, "What does Lucy do?" Why is that? Do you remember? Let's talk about it. Look, we've got questions and answers here. Do you read books? What do we answer? Yes, I do. No, I don't. But then we ask about Emma. How's that different? We say, "Does Emma go swimming?" And we answer, "Yes, she does. No, she doesn't." Now listen and say.
Pupils Book, page 5. 2. Listen and say.
Do you read books?
Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Does Emma go swimming?
Yes, she does. No, she doesn't.
What do you do in your free time?
We ride our bikes.
What does Paul do in his free time?
He listens to music.
So, I want to know if you like to read books. What will I ask? Do you read books? Or do you like to read books? How can I ask about your friend? I will say, does your friend like to read books? Well done. You remember that. It's good. Now let's play a game. Now let's play a game. How will you start a question? Do he drink milk? Does he drink milk? I will say does. Of course, it's the question about him. Jennifer. Does Jennifer run first? Do Jennifer run first? Jennifer, that's her. We say does. Now go on. Check yourself. Now pause the video, scan the code and check. When do we say do? When do we say does? Well done. Now tell me, do you like to read books? Do you often ride a bike? Do you go to bed at 9 o'clock? Do you have eggs for breakfast? Good job! Now, in your notebook, write what you do in your free time. Well done! And now it's time for your activity book. Open your activity book, page 5. Now, meet Jack, Rachel, Paul, Tim and Jane, Emily and Nick. Follow the lines, then write. Use the words from the boxes. What do they do in their free time? Jack, for example, says, I play football in my free time. What about Rachel, Paul, and others? Look, have you got the same? Rachel says, I play the guitar in my free time. Paul says, I take photos in my free time. Tim and Jane say, we ride our bikes in our free time. Look, Tim and Jane say it together. They say we. That's why we say we ride. Tim rides, Jane rides, and they ride. Yes? Emily says, I go swimming in my free time. Nick says, I read my comics in my free time. Well done! Now, tell me, does Jack play the guitar in his free time? Does he ride a bike? Does he go to the swimming pool? Does he play football? Well done! What about Paul? Does he ride a bike? Does he play football? Does he take photos? Good job! And what about you? In my free time, I read a lot. And you? Good job! Now you remember how to talk about your free time and to ask about it your friends. Good job!
You did a great job today. Thank you very much and see you next time.
Дякуємо за увагу. До зустрічі на наступних уроках.